This is the start of the slides for
Historical Preservation Month. And you are doing this.
Yes, I am. Well, I'm introducing Greg. I did write the pilot column. Every month the Councilor writes a column in the pilot, and the timing worked out just perfectly for me to get to write it this month because historic preservation is something I really do care about. I happen to live in a 110-year-old home here in Milwaukee, but I was a fan of historic preservation sort of all my life. I love old buildings and I like to see them preserved and reused where possible. I really appreciate the work the Milwaukie Museum has done. In 2019, they did their first historic home tour in Milwaukee, and they're about to launch into, after a COVID hiatus, they're about to launch into their second one. So, and Greg will tell us about that and other events in honor of Historic Preservation Month. Thank you, Greg.
Thank you. So Mayor Gamba, City Council, and City staff, thank you for having the Milwaukie Historical Society, the owners and operators of the world's largest museum dedicated to the city of Milwaukee's history, the Milwaukie Museum, located at 3737 Southeast Adams Street, open Saturdays, 1 to 5 p.m., are proud to present tonight's proclamation for May 2022 Historic Preservation Month. Change happens every day in our lives, our community, and in the universe. Without change, life would be boring or even non-existent. But our past, like historic buildings, help tell our story of where we began and what to either repeat or do better in the future. Our newest exhibit and book, entitled Then and Now, displays photographs of a time gone by side with what it looks like today. For example, the slide you are seeing is from Milwaukie, 1955 on the left, and Milwaukie of 2022 on the right. Look at the tree canopy compared between the two.
That's it.
But also in this photograph, you can see some iconic structures like Portland Waldorf School, Hager Pond, the Strebe House, the William Schindler Building, just to name a few. These symbols of Milwaukie are reminding us of days gone by, preserving Milwaukee's history for future generations, fostering local pride, encouraging local economic growth, being environmentally responsible, all while enhancing livability. After Milwaukie Historical Society's impressive 2019 historic home tour in Island Station, we were excited to announce our next home tour in the historic Milwaukie and Lake Road neighborhoods. It was to be anchored with such great buildings as the Ledding Library, Strebe House, Failing House, and the Hager Pond. We would have showcased some of the most amazing buildings in our historical past and award winners in our current building realm. Unfortunately, due to concerns over COVID and lack of homes to match our revenue goals, we had to cancel this year's program. I'm sorry to say that.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
We will try again and look to feature some mid-century architecture in this tour in the upcoming years. We have not given up. We're just putting it on pause. To celebrate Historic Preservation Month, Milwaukie Historical Society, along with our partners, City of Milwaukie, Ledding Library, and Willamette Falls Studios, will feature our June Ledding Library Lecture Series Towards Preservation. Do not miss the June 1st event, starting at 6:30 p.m. inside Ledding Library and live on Zoom as we discuss building preservation with the State Historic Preservation Office official, discussing the values and tax incentives of home preservation. Steve Bennett informing the audience on how to research your home's history. Mike Schmier conversing about his feelings in living and preserving a historic home, and a very special address by Councilor Batey. Please see City Council for Zoom information or join us live. Seats are limited, so come early. As always, Mr. Mayor and city staff, Milwaukie Historical Society would offer our hand in volunteering towards updating the historic resource inventory list as required by our comprehensive plan. We may not be experts, but we know that we have proven over time to our wonderful residents and our truly superb city staff that we can not only follow direction, but accomplish our tasks in front of us. Thank you for letting us address you again tonight. And Mr. Mayor, will you please read the proclamation?
Whereas the preservation of historic places is an effective tool for revitalizing neighborhoods, fostering local pride, and maintaining community character while enhancing livability. And whereas since 1973, the National Trust for Historic Preservation and countless other communities across the United States have marked May as an annual time to reflect on the importance of preserving places that reflect America's history. And whereas modern-day Milwaukie, situated in the historic homeland of the Clackamas people, was established in 1847 and incorporated in 1903, the city boundaries encompass a range of potentially historic buildings from late pioneer-era structures through Victorian, Craftsman, and other historic eras and styles to exceptional mid-century architecture. And whereas residents of Milwaukie and the many volunteers of the Milwaukie Historical Society have helped raise awareness of historic resources and buildings in our community, including by launching the first Historic Homes Tour in 2019, which will return on August 20th, 2022, or not, in the historic Milwaukie and Lake Road neighborhoods. The preservation of historic places has a positive impact on communities by strengthening neighborhoods, encouraging local economic growth, providing a physical link to the past, and by being environmentally responsible. Now, therefore, I, Mark Gamba, Mayor of the City of Milwaukie, a municipal corporation in the County of Clackamas and the State of Oregon, do hereby proclaim May 2022 as Historic Preservation Month in Milwaukie to increase public understanding of the importance of preserving our history for future generations.
And if I just may say publicly, we worked 6 months on the historic home tour. And I want to thank everybody that was on the team that tried to make that accomplished. Unfortunately, timing just was not right this year. And hope to see you all June 1st.